The hum of the dishwasher filled the modest kitchen as sunlight streamed through the half-open blinds, catching the swirling dust motes in a golden glow. Anna sat cross-legged on the hardwood floor, the tiles cool against her skin. In one hand, she clutched a crayon, and in the other, a cereal box she had commandeered as her makeshift canvas. The box was covered in stars, planets, and a small figure in a bright suit. Anna herself, though much smaller, imagined standing on the moon.
"Anna, sweetheart, you're going to make a mess,"
her mother called from the counter, busy chopping carrots for the night's dinner.
"But I'm designing my astronaut suit,"
Anna declared, her 6-year-old voice brimming with determination.
"Every astronaut has to be ready, Mom."
She carefully added a patch to her drawn spacesuit that read, Anna NASA. Her mother smiled.
"Astronauts need more than crayons and cereal boxes, my love."
Anna's reply was swift and earnest.
"No, Mom. I'll need math and science and big rockets."
She leapt up and struck a dramatic pose, swinging her arms like imaginary booster engines. Her mother chuckled softly. From an early age, Anna's fascination with space was like gravity, unavoidable and immovable. By the time she entered high school, she had nearly worn out the family's library card, borrowing books about astrophysics, space exploration, and the history of NASA. Her bedroom walls were plastered with posters of galaxies, but her favorite was a large print of the Apollo 11 lunar landing. In her diary, she often wrote, "One day I'll put my boots on the moon, just like Neil and Buzz." When Anna wasn't studying, she was tinkering in the garage. Her dad, a mechanic by trade, had taught her how to handle basic tools, and together they built rudimentary models of rockets using spare parts from the shop and soda bottles. It wasn't uncommon for her experiments to leave scorch marks on the backyard grass, much to her mother's dismay. But for Anna, the burnt patches on the lawn were just signs of progress. However, as Anna grew older, she began to understand how formidable the path to becoming an astronaut was. In her small Midwestern town, resources were limited, and while her dreams soared into orbit, her family's finances remained firmly grounded. Scholarships became her first mission. Working through AP physics problems at the dinner table with a determined grimace, she'd tell herself,
"If I solve this, I'll be one step closer to the stars."
Anna worked tirelessly day and night to study. She often stayed up late with tired eyes but a strong determination, studying textbooks and scientific articles. Her resolve and determination never allowed fatigue to hinder her progress. She graduated, high school as the top student, and was accepted into a prestigious university's engineering program. Anna was accepted into an engineering program at a prestigious university. She was sure she was one step closer to the stars, but quickly realized that the road ahead would require more than just yearning and ambition. Her first semester was grueling. Orbital mechanics made trigonometry seem like child's play, and she struggled to keep up with the tidal wave of assignments. There were nights she stared at the problem sets in frustration, doubting herself.
"Maybe this dream is too big."
She admitted to her roommate one evening, tears stinging her green eyes. But her roommate shook her head.
"You told me your favorite star is Polaris because it never wavers, right? Be like Polaris, Anna."
And so she dove back in with renewed tenacity, dividing her time between studying, internships, and side jobs to afford tuition. Summers were spent working late shifts at a diner, her uniform smelling like bacon, grease. One night as she wiped tables, a little girl sitting in a booth drew a picture on a napkin.
"It's you,"
the girl said brightly, handing Anna the crayon drawing. It was a stick figure in a spacesuit standing on a planet surrounded by blue stars.
"You think I can really be an astronaut one day?"
Anna asked, crouching down to the child's height. The girl nodded firmly.
"Duh, you look like you belong in space already."
That napkin would become a reminder of why Anna kept going through the toughest years of her life. Upon graduation, Anna applied to NASA's extremely competitive astronaut program. The odds were staggering. Tens of thousands of candidates applied, with only a handful selected. Her heart pounded as she filled out the application, carefully detailing every internship, research project, and achievement she had accomplished. Months later, a crisp white envelope branded with the NASA logo arrived at her apartment. Her hands trembled as she tore it open, reading the words, "We are pleased to invite you." Her shout of triumph could probably have been heard from space. The training program was unlike anything Anna could have imagined. She spent weeks in zero-gravity simulations, learning advanced robotics, and enduring hours of psychological evaluations to test her mental fortitude. Spacewalk simulations in Mysung. The Neutral Buoyancy Lab, a massive pool designed to replicate microgravity, left her muscles trembling with exhaustion, but satisfaction filled her soul. In every grueling exercise, she thought of that 6-year-old girl with crayon-drawn stars across a cereal box. "You're doing it, kid," she would say to herself, spurred on by memories of backyard experiments and nights under the expansive Midwest sky. A major turning point came when Anna was selected for her first mission. She was assigned to crew an international expedition aboard the International Space Station, ISS. The day her face was broadcasted across the news as part of the newest class of astronauts, her mother cried openly, proudly clutching the newspaper. When launch day arrived, Anna sat in the shuttle, her heart racing as the countdown echoed through the cockpit. She remembered her mother's words from years ago. Astronauts need more than crayons and cereal boxes. With a small, secret smile, she thought, but that's where it begins. As the engines roared to life and the earth fell away beneath her, Anna felt both small and infinite at once. Stars spread across the darkness like an ocean of diamonds, and tears welled in her eyes behind the helmet. There she was, Anna from the small Midwestern town, daughter of a mechanic and a diner waitress, the girl who had dreamed of standing on another world. Years later, Anna's dream came full circle when she was selected for a groundbreaking lunar mission. As she descended the ladder of the lunar lander, her boot making the first impression on the moon in decades, her voice crackled over the radio.
We all start as kids, staring at the stars, wondering what's out there. Today, I'm here not just for that 6-year-old girl, but for everyone who dares to dream beyond the impossible.
As she gazed at Earth, a fragile blue marble suspended in the vastness of space, Anna whispered,
We belong to the stars.
Back on Earth, a little girl watching the broadcast turned to her mother, holding a crayon in her tiny hand. I'm going to be an astronaut too. And so, the dream continued, passed from one heart to another, like constellations forever traced across the sky. The end